the pig.
Remember the little mice? They do the little break thing.
The sheep pig.
Didn't he say like, "Dee-dee-dee, I'll be back again"?
Babe is the story of the little pig that could.
The pig needed to prove that it was more than just bacon.
And he talks. Pigs are definitely stupid.
No, we're not.
Good heavens.
Yes, I believe pigs talk, secretly, behind our backs.
It's kind of like Charlotte's Web.
Whoa, whoa.
Except in Charlotte's Web, the pig dies, and in Babe, the pig herds sheep.
Move along there, you big buttheads.
He was like bound and determined to learn how to herd sheep.
I was just trying to be a sheepdog.
It's a movie all about trying to be what you're not.
I just asked him nicely, could you please move over here?
Thanks very much. It was very kind. A pleasure.
I don't know how millions of piglets did not become pets for kids after that movie.
You get to the store and you're like, how about that pig? And then you pick them out and they're like, you're supposed to stop talking.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
Don't we all want to hear that? That'll do, Rach. That'll do.
They eat pigs?
Pork be talking to you and stuff like that, and then you gotta eat it? I don't think so.
Who's gonna grow up to be a big fat pig?
Babe grows big. Babe's not fun anymore. Babe's not even cute anymore. Boom, Babe's breakfast.
Oh, beautifully done.
And at the end of the movie, it wins a herding competition against all the other dogs.
I really feel at the end of the movie that the farmer did not give him enough props.
That'll do, pig.
It's not just that'll do, pig. It's that's awesome.
If it hadn't won, a little apple in the mouth, little stick. Hey, babe, what's for dinner? Babe.
I love 95.
Sony PlayStation, greatest gaming device ever invented.
Of course I had a PlayStation. I'm a guy.
The PlayStation somehow became the drug user's video game system.
Up, down, right, left, right.
The controllers have like 24 buttons on them.
Right, jump.
And they're not lettered. They're shaped. So now it's like a test for autism.
Triangle, square.
I'm going to have a lawsuit against Sony PlayStation. Pretty much 9 years of my life has been dedicated to that stupid machine.
Welcome to John Madden Football.
John Madden, that's where it's at. Madden was the game. Everybody had Madden.
You know, I think PlayStation might be responsible for about half the country's dropouts.
And it's good.
Damn you, John Madden.
Tekken, Tomb Raider. Oh, man. When I played Tomb Raider for the first time and the lions jumped out, you're like, it's like living in a television.
If beer came out of that thing, I would never leave the house. You know what I mean? If there was like a little sexual hole on the side of the Sony PlayStation, that's it. I'm done.
I have lost so many nights playing Sony PlayStation. I think I spent 2 days and I probably slept maybe 3 hours playing Resident Evil.
I have carpal tunnel, tendonitis. Look at these hands. They used to be straight. Thanks, Sony.
Slammin'.
Chat rooms were the bomb. That is early internet right there. Wow.
The chat room was a great place for people with similar interests to get together.
These internet chat rooms are places where one can go and really express oneself.
Where do I go to be real perverted?
I liked a lot of different chat rooms.
You were an M2M, Men Seeking Men, Latino.
Any hot chicks in here?
Turns out there's a lot of creeps on the internet. That's what I got from it.
I'm 19 and horny! Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point.
If you were an electrical engineer looking to get laid, there was a chat room for you.
When I meet somebody and they say they met on the internet, I smile. I say, great.
If you were a Shoshone Indian looking to get laid, there was a chat room for you.
It created a new kind of poetry. It elevated the discourse.
I was like, I'm naked. What do you want to do? I'm like, let's just talk. It's like, even in cyberspace, I get the girl that wants to cuddle.
Chicks suck. LOL.
And then you realize they can't spell.
You better know how to spell. You know, it kind of ruins it when you tell some woman you want to show her your big fat clock.
Cybersex is just a new level of beating off. It's phone sex, but even more sad. One hand on the keyboard and one hand working it.
You know, getting aroused and not knowing. I mean, you know, but you don't definitely know that on the other end is a bald, fat, middle-aged guy.
I love 95.
And welcome to the first Extreme game.
I love the X Games. It's like the Olympics are for a geriatric generation now compared to the X Games. Just, they blow everything else away.
The X Games played a big part in the 90s of getting these kind of underground extreme sports out into the mainstream.
The X Games was all about that sort of Evel Knievel side of sports.
Not your average spin around the block on your bike.
It's actually quite popular now, to the point where the athletes want to get paid. Silly you, you're not getting paid.
They'd have like a guy jumping out of a plane with a snowboard on and like a paintball gun.
She might be dead.
Coming up tonight on the X Games, some guy with an earring through his tongue is going to be doing the half pipe on a skateboard, whatever the hell that means.
And the X Games is just one example of how the 90s just marketed the letter X.
Everything had to be so extreme and like fluorescent.
Extreme deodorant, extreme shoes, extreme cars.
MTV totally just stole the X Games and added Dan Cortez and therefore made MTV Sports.
MTV Sports!
MTV Sports came on like a flash. Everybody was watching the show. Dan Cortez had people doing crazy things.
Dan was the man, ladies' man, good-looking dude, you know, host of MTV Sports.
Love Dan the Man.
Dan the Man Cortez.
There he is with his headband on, all cool and, you know, real gung-ho.
I was a little hot about that Dan Cortez guy with the bandana. Even though the bandana's out of style, it's cool when I wear it.
Every time I would turn on that show, I wanted to see Dan do something. He wouldn't do anything.
Hey, this thing isn't going to fall, is it?
All he did was wrap stuff around. Hey, that was great. Check this out.
Show's over. I can't do it.
Thanks, Dan, you bastard.